Mike and JF, it's your favorite president, Dr. Joseph Robinette Biden. I'm at the drive-thru of a Wendy's in Scranton, and I wanted to ask you guys a question.
48 minutes of dogs barking. 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 Growl. Growl. 48 minutes of dogs barking. 48 minutes of dogs barking.
I can do music if you want. I've got Jailbait by Livy. I've got Tiffany Trump's
name. Deny your attraction, but I've got no shame.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
What the fuck is going on?
I had to get lobby music for when we do like the live chat stuff, so I loaded Like a Bird and Jailbait in there. And
you got to get Lindsay Lohan's Rumors too. That's a good one.
You can rip it off of YouTube. I think it's the only copy they have anymore, but they have like in Let the Eagle Soar, the Ashcroft cut.
Oh man. Oh dude.
Good old Missouri boy right there.
I know.
Live at Red Rocks.
One night only, John Ashcroft.
That would be messed up if he had actually done the NBA on NBC theme all along. If it wasn't Tesh. And we were like, I fucking hate everything he believes in, but
but here he is.
He did this one banger.
Yeah, I know. That thing fucking rips. It's so good.
Are you ready for some football?
Like, talking about all his rowdy friends, like they all died.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. All my rowdy friends. With that real awful vibrato. Oh boy. Well, it's 48 Minutes Dogs Barking. My name's Jason. That's Bryan. With us, a very special gentleman. Tonight's guest has written for Deadspin, Gawker, GQ, The Guardian, Rolling Stone, The Nation, NBC, TNR, Truthdig, Esquire, Online Onslaught, the wrestling website. He's also co-host of It's Christmas Town, formerly Dave and Jeb Art Mean, with a podcast about Hallmark movies with defectors David J. Roth. Co-host of Quaid in Full, a podcast that ranks the work of Dennis Quaid with Television Without Pity's Sarah Bunting. And he used to post pseudonymously as Mobute Sese Seiko at Et Tu Mister Destructo. Please welcome all the way from the Gulf Coast, Jeb Lund.
Woo! Woo!
Got it in one.
I did it.
I got it in
one.
one.
Riding, jet flying, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing. Son of a gun.
Well, I was inspired.
Son of a plumber, daddy.
That's right. So I do this every time we have. I do this every time we have a guest. I dig through like every credit, and the reason I do that is kind of an homage to. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was the replacement for Art Bell on Coast to Coast AM. George Norrie.
No, I've heard like clips of Art Bell, but I was never an active listener. Like I had friends who were, and they kind of, but yeah, I never took the plunge.
Well, George Norrie, every time he opens the show, he has this very, very long intro. And I always thought it was so funny because like, man, you're about to talk about how aliens built the pyramids. Why are you doing this big intro like you're in a Vegas show? And so to me, for podcasts, I think that's just funny. It's just this really long intro. That's
Bill
the sausage
Hanstock.
making. Yeah.
Who was, part of the IWC, the internet wrestling community in the early 2000s. He wrote a book on wrestling and he asked me to write it and read it and write a blurb.
Okay.
And I did. And I provided him all the credits that were legitimate for me that I thought looked good. So he could pick whatever one he thought made him look better on the book. And he just ran all of them.
Hell yeah. A man after my own heart. This is the stuff I like. I like that guy. Sometimes you'll come across a book and the writer has this extremely long bio and it lists like all their cats and like, that's good. It's a bit. It's a nice bit and I like it. So welcome to the show though, Jeb. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me. I mean, being a guest on a podcast is great. I don't have to clean up stuff afterward.
Oh,
yes.
Let it all hang out. You have your fly down, everything.
Yeah, I'm just going to like false start everything I say, make you start editing it, and you get to like, oh shit, he just started over. Fuck him.
I do enough of that, so that's totally fine. But yeah, I see, I just did it again. Since you've not been on the show, here's kind of how we do things. We do a couple of news stories from around the web. We call that the What's Hot Classic, named after the Blue Sky feed. And then we do our crypto scam of the week, talking about all the weirdest, worst news about cryptocurrencies. And then we talk about our main topic. So we're going to kick off our What's Hot Classic this week with one that sent some people feral. This was absolutely feral. This is according to Daily Dot. The headline, Girls When AO3 is Down, Days Long Archive of Our Own Outage Sent Readers Spiraling into Meme Mode. And then the subhead, Don't Leave Me Here with Wattpad. Ooh. Anna Good writing for the Daily Dot. When Archive of Our Own went dark over the weekend, readers didn't take it quietly. Slowed to a crawl on Sunday before going offline altogether. Usually, the nonprofit archive posts a maintenance banner days in advance. This time, however, no such warning appeared. As the unexpected outage unfolded in real time, here's in that article a Tumblr post from the official Tumblr Twitter account. Has the headline, but then their post is, On Our Way to the Hospital Right Now. People go feral over AO3. Their official Twitter account, AO3_status, basically acknowledged that, yeah, we did a software patch and that screwed everything up. After performing a software upgrade a few days ago, we've been unable to keep our server cluster healthy due to what we believe is a bug or issue with the new release of our database server software. And as someone who is a computer toucher for a living, that's bad news. What's your favorite tag on AO3, Jeff?
Well, as you know, I am Theory and Otherkin.
Okay.
And like when I get bad news like that, I'm just going to pret out, you know, and I have to get back into my headspace. And this is not something that my previous assistant manager really understood. And that's where a lot of that disciplinary stuff comes from.
Sure.
No, I had to look up what AO3 was. Like, this is how far out of the loop I am on like, where the saddest kind of clusters, or not even saddest, but like where the most intense clusters of fandom are. And like, I don't want to say I was cramming while reading it, but
some of these tags are great, like clit play, diarrhea, crying during sex. Yeah, I've been there.
Diarrhea clip.
The Laurie Anderson fan fiction.
Ooh, boy. Self-deprecation. I thought it said self-decapitation. I thought that was like, wow, dude. Yes, let's go. Can we get there? Okay, it's back, by the way. For those of you keeping track at home, AO3 is
If you
back.
were listening to this podcast just to find out what the latest was on that, like,
thank goodness. Yes. Let's see here.
Alternative universe. Secrets. Like, don't tell anyone that you read this website.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sexual content's a big one. Surprising.
Pining? Oh, okay. All right. Host canon. Oh, yeah.
Weather. Wow, this is the real El Nino right here.
You make it rain, you dirty little. Anyway, yes, that's
yeah.
Snowing outside, isn't it? You filthy little. Yeah. Anyway, so
no, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but did they say weather when they actually mean climate? And
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because people are really misusing that on the AO3 boards.
The longest thread in the history of AO3 shut down after 31,000 posts. Yeah, but the memes are pretty funny. Like the people like, don't leave me here with Wattpad. Someone at Uzumamikoth said, I need the heated rivalry fandom to die, actually. Okay. Don't know that was related to this at all, but cool. You heated rivalry fan there, Jeb.
Oh, no, like, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was weird. We marathoned that like right before the Olympics started. So in a way, I just sort of made them part of the same kind of continuous canon.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't really expecting the heated rivalry guys to come out, but I was just sort of like, yeah, all these guys are horny as hell for each other.
Oh, yeah.
I had a good Olympics, but it's obviously Bridgerton-y in its execution of what it's talking about, and that kind of bugs me. But I do appreciate TV that's just like horny as all hell.
Yes, I do as well. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for that. Bridgerton, yeah, it's period PC and whatnot, but like, I mean, it's kind of hot, so I'm good with it. It's not hot in the creepy way, like the hell that thing The Weeknd was in.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus, what was that called?
The Idol, right?
Something like that, yeah.
See, I'm still looking at these AO3 tags, and I think I'm disturbed by the fact that none of these are that surprising to me. Idiots in love, like, yeah.
Yeah, talk about my marriage,
Introspection,
And yes, I was right. It was The Idol on HBO there. That was horny in a bad way. Yeah.
We're like, I couldn't tell if people who were going, actually, this is secretly good, were just like, are you working yourself up into a shoot here? Or
are they tooling you up? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell.
There were things I liked about it, but not a lot. There were like a couple episodes like, oh, this feels like this got enough passes in the writer's room. But I also don't need a movie where The Weeknd has, or a limited run TV series where The Weeknd with a rat tail is being told by Johnny Depp's daughter, "Don't come in me."
Yeah, there was a lot of cum talk in that show.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't. That's not in God's plans for me.
What, coming or just
no, just that. I just like. Just The Weeknd dresses like the sweatiest bar manager in Branson on a Wednesday night.
He paints a picture, don't he? Apparently I had a bit of a food theme going when I wrote this episode. So
yeah, what's up there, Weird Al?
I know. I came across this on the old TikTok the other day. Know Your Meme had a page on it, apparently. So we'll roll with that. Know Your Meme page says simply this: a sour plate is a meal consisting of food that is not typically sour. Such as meats like chicken and sausage that has been made sour by being mixed or wrapped in sour candy and a coating.
This is like the crab thing. Like unlike any sufficiently long timeline, all internet food evolves into goon pizza.
Jesus.
For the listeners at home, what is goon pizza, folks?
It was like a take and bake, like frozen pepperoni pizza that somebody'd put like 4 like regular McDonald's hamburgers and some fries, and then like I think a solid pound of grated cheddar. And then
yeah.
God, and then there were variants with like corn dogs and stuff, and like it was just kind of like a build your own atrocity thing, kind of like when you make your buddy drink a suicide at the
roller rink,
Taco Bell or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the goon pizza. I forgot about the 4 Big Macs. There was like fries, the cheese. God, just that was a delicacy back in 2008. I was eating high on the hog.
Yeah, before inflation, we were all eating like that.
Yeah. The economy was so good, you get your $5 hot and ready, and you're like, you know what? Well, I put a little pizzazz on.
Yeah, I'm going to fancy this up a little bit. Yeah. I'll make this happen.
This is how abundant we were as a culture. We could put bacon in everything. That's how much bacon we had.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now bacon. The only thing that can be epic is our war.
That's right. It's because we're taking it to Gilgamesh right now, all the way back.
Let's just for a second. I'll Mark Wayne. Can we not have somebody named Mark Wayne in the fucking government, please? Mark Wayne is the guy that pumps your gas. Is not the guy that runs Homeland Security. I'm sorry.
It's really similar to the name of the cult leader that Kimmy Schmidt grows up with, like the Reverend something Maine, Jerry Maine.
It was Wayne Gary Wayne.
Wayne Gary Wayne. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like that. It's like
the Reverend Richard Wayne Gary Wayne.
There you go.
Mark Wayne, whatever his name is. I don't even care to know. I hear Mark Wayne and my brain shuts down. I
can't believe Nick Mullen has left his position at the head of the DSA to then head the Department of Homeland Security. He's gonna make all of the ICE officers get BBLs.
Hell yeah!
So they can't run. He's like they think they're gonna look hella slutty, but they can't run fast. So people have a better opportunity to get away from him. He's a white hat.
This is what happens when trolling goes too far. Exactly. We all think it's funny when you pretend to dress like Greg Bavino, right?
Yeah.
But then you take his job, and it's like, hold up,
wait a minute, hang on.
What do you actually do when you cook with candy, right? Like, there's only so many. You can't like braise it because it's gonna melt, and like you can only roast it so much, and like I'm trying to picture what kind of food constructions you're gonna make, and it's all like, I've rolled this knockwurst in nerds.
No, that's exactly it. You're essentially just melting the candy and drizzling it on top. That's all this really is. So it's like hot dogs dipped in a liquid candy, or like wrapped in fucking fruit by the foot or something, or fruit roll-ups. It's awful. Because there's no bread, obviously. It's just like loose sausage in a tray. There is this video on the Know Your Meme page.
I guess it's also better than pink sauce.
Only slightly. The video, the guy's handling it with the blue hospital gloves, which makes me really concerned. But also the video includes the prices. $59.99 for a sour plate.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's not in a bun. You got to like cut it. It just shatters the crust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's like standing on a balcony, apparently in some coastal town. He's like showing off this sour plate. Is anyone actually eating it? Yes, he does. In a later video, he does an actual review. He sits there and he's like, pretending like he's the customer. He receives the sour plate in the car, shows it off, takes a bite, wincing the whole time, by the way.
Yeah. He's got to dig his teeth in there.
Yeah, that's
because it's like fruit roll up or something. He's like doing like, it's like how you would wrap something in bacon, but it's fruit roll up.
You know, in an earlier time, I would just assume that some assignment editor got hoodwinked.
Right.
But like, I felt that way about the Tide Pod thing, and then I guess people actually did it. But like, this feels to me like when we were like everybody was icing their bros. Remember that? It's like, oh, you saw my Smirnoff Ice. Now you got to drink it. And we're going to do some sex stuff, but it's not gay. And like this,
naturally,
this just feels like when the assignment editor sees like one thing and they're like, that's a trend. And you're like, you have a sample size of one thing you saw.
No, I think that's the case too. It's just like, here's a weird guy on TikTok. That is the thing. But it's just so absurd and disgusting that I just had to bring it up because like, why? You can't be selling this $56 plate of what looks like hot dogs wrapped in candy. It can't possibly be a thing, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's America, buddy. Like, that's what it is. He's getting that bag. He's selling you he's selling you $8 worth of like Armor hot dogs. And
you're
nerds.
lucky if it's Armor. Jeez, you're getting
Ballpark,
the Bar R one. Yeah, Ballpark if you're lucky.
Taster's choice.
Whatever the Czech cola of hot dogs is.
Yes. Whatever the Dr. Thunder of hot dogs is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, our next
great value plumper.
That's what they called me in college.
Salted processed pork tube. Yeah.
That was almost the name of the show. Yeah. Speaking of salt, though, our next story in the What's Hot Classic is from, of all places, People Magazine, or People.com, excuse me, not the magazine itself. The headline, Mom claims salting her kids helps boost their immune system. So from sour to salty. And now the internet is confused if there's actually any health benefits. Hannah Sachs writing here. Apparently the mom, a TikToker, Massachusetts-based health spa owner of Caney Salt and Wellness Studio, posted this video of using a small vacuum to blow salt into a large room that has salt all over the floor, saying, I salt my kiddos and you should too, because because they taste better that way. No, because immune regulation matters than immune boosting. So their idea is that you're regulating your immune system by hanging out in the salt room. Basically playing in the salt like it's a sandcastle. He's using the bucket and the sand toys, and it's just...
That's so fucking weird.
Isn't it?
Like, it doesn't... Like, some of those things like, I don't know if this is really hurting anyone, but I don't know if you should be doing it. You know, it's like flying a kite at night.
It's not going to hurt you, but why? Yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't know a lot of things about salt, like, in a chemical sense, but like I've picked up a lot of salt metaphors through living in, I don't know, society, because we live in one, and none of them are great. Do for you what God could do for Lot's wife. Do for you what Scipio could do to Carthage. There aren't a lot of great associations with salt that aren't like purifying, but that's because it was a curing ingredient.
Or salting the earth after you
I'm
burn
dry
the place
brining
down.
my children.
That's right. Right. I left him in the salt cave like a Celt does with a ham. Right?
Go roast up real good before St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, get preserved in there too. Help out some archaeologists.
Kids playing. I got some salmon dry aging in the corner.
But like, if there's one ingredient, we've probably tested all the ways it can be tested by now. I mean, like, if it were turmeric, all right, maybe not everybody got to that one. But like, we all die if we don't have salt. Every experiment that we're going to get from being around salt, we've run that one.
And they all says salt is good, yo. Just being around salt. Just hanging out with the salt. Sure, man.
Sure. Whatever.
All right, dude.
So what do they put on their fries in this house?
Jeremiah. Just go to the
slap
salt.
the kid over. All right, we got enough. You can
Just go to the salt room.
Yeah.
Get the strainer, you idiot.
Just taking the basket out of the deep fryer and just throwing it across the floor.
Handful. Handful. Just
Like you're fucking throwing out a bag of pucks before practice.
running in there, grabbing a handful. Sorry, hold on. Let me just...
Like, also, what if the cat gets in there and
Oh
thinks
my
it's the
God.
litter box?
Oh boy. Yeah, bad news.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now your salt's ruined.
And your cat turds are pickled.
Terrible tastes that go bad together is what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's just
The
ugh.
turds are in balance, though.
What's
Consult
the
your doctor.
alkaline level of cat feces?
You'd
I
think
don't
I would
know.
know, but yeah, I don't know.
The pH level. Of,
4 cats in the house. I don't know this.
I
Very
saw
strange.
Guillermo outside when I came in. We could go grab. We could
Do a little
denature
science?
his urine.
Yeah, okay. And lastly, on the What's Hot Classic, this one just threw me for a loop. If you're not familiar with the Boston Legacy Football Club, that is a women's soccer team in Boston. But this just struck me. Jackie Digital, at Jackie Digital on Blue Sky, just posted this. You can even stick your arm in a hole and get a random temporary tattoo. And it is...
So, Jeb, this is like a big part of Florida culture, right? The glory hole. Double D's or whatever. Tampa Bay Bukkake.
Well, for those, you want to go to the Flying J.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I'm taking notes here. Hold on. Hang on.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because they're always watching to make sure there's only one person per shower stall.
The only time I've ever seen like a hole cut in a bathroom stall was at the bathroom at like the Mountain View High School outdoor field in Los Altos. Like I grew up across the street from it, and like they had a track and everything, but they had like an exterior bathroom you could go into, and like somebody had cut a hole and written "Start Glory Hole Here" with a huge arrow to the only hole in the wall, which is like, thank you for road mapping this one for me, buddy. But like, I was not very old, and I was like, I wasn't sure I knew what it was, and later, like as I did more researching on glory holes, I was like, okay, yeah, that's what that was. But that was the only one I've seen. I've never found like people huddled at a truck stop, and I've driven like so much in this country from being like terrified of flying for a really long time. I would keep waiting to like stumble upon the cluster of people just making it real awkward to go pee at the rest area.
Sorry, fellas. Let me just, I got you. Hold on.
Oh, right on. So this does happen. That's so cool. I'll be over here. Okay.
Can I get a picture? No. Okay. Now, there is one. This is so funny. Around here, it's about 30 minutes away. It's the bathroom at the drive-in movie theater in Belleville, Illinois. It has been covered up. So they did. So it used to be there. And then they've put what appear to be 2 metal plates, one on each side of the wall with like rivets holding them down. Like, you're not getting through this hole.
You're not getting your dick sucked.
Good luck. Try that in the car, idiot. Drive-in
But how
movies.
are nervous suburban dads anonymously gonna get their hogs cranked?
In the porta-john like God intended, Brian. Jesus. Do I have to tell you everything?
Just do it the easy way. Get a job as a school resource officer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Too hot for TV. Yeah.
pretty true.
Too hot for TV, not dispositive enough to be suspended from active duty.
Oh, the tattoo glory hole, though. Gotta love it. Whose idea was this? This is a women's
It's so
football
good.
team.
That's
and they're
so
like,
good.
put your arm in this hole. Okay, I guess.
I guess we're all just James from Silent Hill 2. Stick my hand in this hole and see what I can find.
What's their output like? Is it mainly like, is it tribal stuff? Is it shapes? Is it just sort of like...
It's a temporary tattoo in the back of your
Yeah.
hand. Lower in the post, you'll actually see her hand with the temporary tattoo on the back. And it says Willamette Stadium Day 1, 3/14/26, which is coming up. Yeah, hasn't even started yet. But yeah, it's just a mediocre looking temporary tattoo. It's not even cool. Doesn't have
That's fine. It looks like a Boston bar punk. This is like the $80 jersey they sell at the 4-year anniversary tour of their one good record.
Like, it would be fun if it was like bad kanji or something.
Yeah.
Like everybody's getting sort of mid-2000 tattoos where, you think it says like, indomitable warrior, and it actually says no anus.
The closest translation is die properly.
That's right.
Disgusting pig, improperly disposed of pork. Yeah.
Wet salad.
See, I would get one that did say wet salad.
I would
Yeah.
absolutely get. I would in some sort of Asian characters. Yes,
Pig anus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dry salad seems more perverse.
I got to have something on there.
Yeah, I can't think of a dry salad. Like even pasta salad,
Yeah,
potato
no.
salad, they're fundamentally a lubricated product.
Typically. You only get them dry, I guess, when you get them to go, right? I guess because it's on
Yeah.
the side or whatever. But or if you do like my aunt used to do, where you get the big salad and you get the all the dressing on the side, but then you take the lettuce and stuff on your fork and you dip it into the dressing. And I'm like, you're what are you doing? Yeah.
Like pinpricks. Like they're doing what they need to do is just like shake, like get a table like at the doctor with just like some wax paper or like parchment paper on it.
You're
and just chuck the salad out, spread it out, and then do spatter pattern stuff on it. Right? Get like the spatter pattern analysis bottle and there's like the Thousand Island on there because you want to kind of atomize your dressing in that case. And also, like, if you believe in homeopathy, that makes the dressing more powerful.
Well, speaking of more powerful, yeah, I got nothing. It is crypto scam of the week time.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
Oh,
This is
baby.
powerful, dude. This is powerfully Orlando. I love this so much.
I thought you might like this one because it's yes, the United States Attorney's Office, Bryan, has given us a wonderful little gem. You remember Goliath Ventures?
Was this a preacher?
No, this was not the preacher, but no, this was the Gen Z venture firm, aka Goliath, from January 2023 through January 2026, according to this document from the Justice Department. A gentleman by the name of Christopher Alexander Delgado operated Goliath Ventures as a Ponzi scheme. His scheme involves soliciting victims to invest substantial sums of money under false and fraudulent promises of monthly returns generated through cryptocurrency liquidity pools. Personal referrals, professional marketing materials, luxury events, charitable sponsorships, and some monthly payments of purported returns. Based on these false and fraudulent representations, Goliath obtained $328 million.
Oh.
So yeah, we did get an arrest in this one. Federal authorities picked him up. 34 years old, this Delgado fellow.
34 years old and already.
That's rise and grind right there.
Yeah. That's grind set.
They didn't get Madoff until he was 60, right?
That's
Fucking
true.
Slack.
That's very true. Yeah, Apopka, Florida is
Yep.
where he's from.
Right next to the jail.
Perfect. Not a long commute for the family, I guess. Yeah. It says here, although Goliath represented that it would place the victim investors' funds in cryptocurrency liquidity pools, in reality, the funds were primarily used to pay reported returns to earlier investors, returned principal to investors who requested it, and for their extravagant business gatherings, Christmas parties, and luxury travel with victims' investor funds, Delgado purchased 4 residential properties, each worth between $1.15 million and $8.5 million. Oh boy, not
Jeez.
great for Christopher Alexander Delgado.
I have so many notes about this guy. So it's perfectly Orlando.
Yeah.
Because of course, he's from Apopka. And then his idea of what to do with his money is he's like, I'm investing in Winter Park, Sanford, and Windermere. It's like, oh yeah. Cosmopolite.
I mean, he did give money to, let's see, Victoria's Voice, Runway to Hope, Magic Youth, Florida SC Youth Soccer Club. But yeah, the rest of it was okay, man. He was the title sponsor for Runway to Hope. I mean,
here's the thing. I want to see cam footage of wherever the checks were signed, because I guarantee there was a girl he wanted to fuck on the other side of the checkbook when he did that.
Check it out, baby. Yeah.
Oh, you do anything for the soccer team to get the equipment they need?
Woo!
You know what else they film in Florida?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some of my favorite stars are from Florida.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he was able to get Dade County a brand new Bing bus.
It's a public works program, and you know this. Come on.
It works. It gets people to work.
He started a scholarship at the University of Miami Film School, named after supervisor of records Gustavo Prisinati.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He graduated with honors on a Brazzers scholarship.
That's right. He went to Lightspeed University.
That's a deep cut, baby. Oh, the J.M. Powers Memorial High School. Professor Emeritus Dick Nasty. Okay, that's.
I'm just thinking, how do I get a Jesus Christ? What was the terrible porn guy we were talking about a couple of weeks ago?
I was going to say, which one?
The guy used to put the lipstick on the buttholes.
Max Hardcore?
It's a Max Hardcore. Okay. Max Hardcore had his honorary degree taken away.
No, see, he was given the posthumous degree. I had another one involving Herschel Savage, but I couldn't quite get the bat off my shoulders. I don't know. There's a joke in there.
James Dean founding Dallas University.
Yes.
Free of judgment.
Let's go. Yes.
For open inquiry.
Adjunct Professor Johnny Sins.
Multidisciplinary, that guy. He's fantastic.
Yeah. I forget how many numbers of pi he can count.
With health director Mark Wallace.
Thank you. Yes.
Let's see, the Joseph Latipo of anal.
Wow. I'm going to have to sit with that one for a minute. That's why he's a writer, folks. All right. So that one stunned me. I literally went
names on the X videos later to do some history.
Yeah.
It's like I'm reading about Greek philosophers, Zeno and all this, but it's really just a guy that used to hang out with John Holmes.
Yeah.
No, Zeno's paradox is about edging.
Well, we knew that. Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah.
So the other thing I love about this guy, he had a Goliath branded ring. So he got that was one of the things that was seized. They had a picture of him, and he looks like somebody, Andrew Tate's already short, but it kind of looks like somebody just put Andrew Tate in the machine press, because he just sort of looks like he was widened a little.
He is a bit wider than he is tall. He's a very strange looking man. Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed he didn't want to do the McDonald's CEO, because I was dying at the fact that dude looked like a cross between Peyton Manning and the Johnny Cab from Total Recall, by the way.
Shit. Yes. God.
But anyway, so they were going down the list of everything that he bought, and it's just like that Patrick Cosmos, I think, who had the Everybody's 12 now thing. This is just such an Everybody's 12 list. It's like, I've got a Bentley and a Rolls Royce and a Ferrari and a Cadillac, and I've got a truck, and I've got, and he had a Mercedes, and I had to look this up, a Mercedes Sprinter.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Which I've seen many, many times in my life, and I never really processed it because they were all local TV news vans.
Right.
It's a little triangle-ass van. It's like, you're public access. What the fuck are you doing driving that?
The weather guy is stunting in a Hellcat. What the hell are you doing, dude?
Oh, the frosted tips?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's trying to do Pitbull. He's trying to do Mr. Worldwide because he's,
Dale.
Yeah. It's not working for him, though. I'm sorry.
There's no big time culture like that in Orlando. They don't have anybody. There was O-Town and then nothing.
Jeez. Yeah, you're right.
You know? Like there should be a Pitbull of Orlando.
No, I think he might be right because I remember Jay Freeman, Blast from the Past, mentioned that name. He grew up in Orlando area. And I think he was always talking about like, a lot really going on musically in Orlando. Kind of like you had to go to Gainesville or Tampa or the Miami if you wanted to see
the
like
really
something
funny
interesting.
thing was Jay played at my college like 3 times and I saw him. And I had no idea who he was. I wasn't introduced to him. He played with my friend's band. We figured this out, like, I think within 48 hours of figuring out that he was sitting, like, really close to the only other person I knew at Google.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no, he would drive over to Sarasota and play shows in Sarasota because, like, you can go up the strip from Sarasota, Bradenton, up to St. Pete and Tampa. And so he would do that because downtown Orlando in the late 90s was just like wig shops.
Jesus. Yeah, because the only time I've ever been there is to go to Universal, right? And then like the only place we ever really went outside the park was like the alligator mini golf outside the hotel. So yeah, I can certainly understand that's like it's a tourist trap town.
I mean, my great aunt lives in Titusville, so that's not too far from the cultural mecca of the alligator farm where they filmed the there's scenes with alligators or crocodiles or whatever in the first Jackass movie. And I remember when I first saw that in theaters, I'm like, I go there when I visit my great aunt.
Yeah, I've been there.
The entrance is a giant fucking alligator. And you walk through its mouth and it smells really weird. And then you go see some alligators.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think it's been in, if there is a scene with alligator wrestling in a film, there's a 1 in 3 chance it's there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine so, yeah. The reason we brought you here, Jeb, was to talk about our main topic tonight, which was a website that we loved very much for what felt like a very long time. Et Tu Mister Destructo. And it's time has passed. We can safely say that site's pretty much over, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to write if nobody's going to pay you for it once you've gotten somebody to pay you for it.
That is the trick, yes.
And like anytime I got something that I was that eager to write about for it, I could usually find a way to get somebody else to do it. So it just stopped. And it was really getting to be work because I was not used to having to polish like 2 pieces per week for the people I was blogging for. And it was really hard not to repeat myself. And I didn't feel particularly smart in a lot of respects. And it's like one of the things that the old Twitter was really good for is like it really kind of patched up a lot of holes in like the really history focused education I had. The act of blogging, because of sort of that anxiety of not being wholly prepared, like it got more anxious making if I compared it to writing anything where I would have an editor who would look over it and make sure like, yeah, don't say this. This is kind of dumb.
But yes, from 2008, August 6, 2008, first post, the meretricious mission statement, all the way to 2015, the last post in January there, the everything stupid is alive and everything stupid can kill you. Welcome to Goodell World. Which features probably my favorite picture of Roger Goodell. What appears to be mid-sneeze.
Yeah.
Old Deadspin had a little bit of video and they would slightly alter the frame. And for the longest time that the Goodell picture would be different sort of variations on him with his eyes closed, like kissing.
Oh, man. I got to say, though, for a site that is just straight up writing, we're talking 7 years straight is a hell of a run. So many good pieces. Bryan brought some to me, to my recollection, and I was like, oh, yeah. You did one of the first pieces I ever read about the downfall of horse ebooks, which is a thing that we have yet to cover on this show. So if
and the first fucking Barnacle Jim, which was one of the first topics of this podcast.
Yeah, early on.
Yeah, I want to say like first 10.
I did not scroll way back. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I
miss that guy.
Yeah, R.I.P. to a real one and his pleasure crystals. I feel like I brought this up a few times, but Jeb does not know this. But my ex-girlfriend had a horse growing up, and she named it Jim.
No.
And when we first started dating, the first episode she listened to was the Barnacle Jim episode. Which is like, she was like, I was like, you picked like the most obscure thing.
Right.
She was very online, but not as online as me. Like, that is such an obscure internet thing. Like, we had stuff that was way more accessible you could have had, but you picked like the most niche thing. She's like, well, it was funny. And I'm like, well, I'm glad, but like, boy, you were really rolling the dice. You could have been like, I don't ever want to talk to this guy.
Did you have the audio from the Barnacle Jim primer?
Yes. Oh, yes. No, we cut that into that episode for sure.
Today I will tell you a bit of history about a man named Barnacle Jim. Jim's face is the stuff of legend. Born to a human by way of a horse, his chin literally is an obstruction to his tiny shrivel balls. In fact, if you look hard enough, you can see his face. From space.
Yes.
Born to a woman by way of a horse.
There's an economy of language there that's just, you don't see it. Jesus. Yeah, because we did, it was Jay Brettstetter was on with us on that one. Yeah, we did a lot of Something Awful content in the early days. And then I was like, well, that's like one trick pony. We gotta do
no
that.
pun intended.
Oh, yeah. Every time I think of a horse now, I'm just going to think of old Jim and his fucked up bike and the boys at
Weird
work.
little dick.
Yeah. Working his hole. But it was the Jay episode where we did the mashup of Blade Runner 2049 and Barnacle Jim quotes. So
Jesus. Yeah, we were really lucid back in the day, man.
Yeah. Did the boys at work ever check your hole?
Hole. How long is your face? Long.
Yeah. What does it feel like to play Frolf? Oh, anyway, every time I see that face, man, just unbelievable.
All the fucking edits. Him and the fucking photo with Kim Jong-il's family.
Oh, God.
Barack Obama holding the photo of Barnacle Jim at the fucking Jay Leno.
Isn't there one where he has like sunglasses on or on top of his head and he's with Christina Hendricks?
Oh, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, of course, maybe the greatest of all is you stuck Barnacle Jim's face on the CNN.
Wait a minute. What? When?
Yeah,
No, this was MSNBC. It was
MSNBC. Sorry.
So they were trying to think of a fun way to do the updates on the GOP primary, which they knew was going to burn off most of the candidates. And they were trying to figure out a way to mine content from it while also just like, having these segments that they could plug and play as needed. And so they came to my house and filmed me. Like, I originally did a collage.
No.
Because I read Ben Carson's book and I wanted to sit down and I got a bunch of magazines and I cut out a lot of images that spoke to me about what the book said. So we did this interactive stuff and it was just like too many parts and we just needed plain audio to cut back and forth from. And so they had me write these kind of like pithy things to review each book and then they could kind of plug in what they needed. And so like I went through like Bobby Jindal, Mike Huckabee, Trump's book. And I was on like, I don't know, 6-7 times, something like that. But like I kept doing bits. And one of the ones was like, I started getting them to include like illustrative footage for me. So I got Jim Cotta footage in for when I was talking at like some segment of Trump's book. I don't even know what the analogy was anymore. I was just really happy that like we got American gymnast Kurt Thomas.
Yes.
But like I could prop stuff up behind me because I had like this huge bank of bookcases.
Okay.
Because I just have a lot of books. And, or I did. I would print out on like, what's the term? The thicker, not like poster paper, but like cardstock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'd print out a fake book cover on cardstock and put it behind me. Because the first one I did, I put a big Marv Brendel's radio fragments behind me. And then after that, it was just fake books. And so the one that I had was Jim Face. And it was yellow and it kind of blended in. I taped it over my copy of The Men Who Stare at Goats. And to make it look like a real book, because the yellows were just right, and I propped it up and I had it in the background. And I did like a couple others, like because I'd done enough, I started doing a thing where like behind me there was the picture of like I had a framed picture of Trump shaking hands with Grimace.
Brilliant, dude. Oh,
and then in the next one we did, it was in the same position, but it was a framed photo of me sitting on the couch in front of my bookcase with the framed photo of Trump shaking hands with Grimace. And then in the next one, it was a framed photo of me sitting on my couch in front of a framed photo of Trump shaking hands with Grimace. Yeah, and it sort of kept going down.
Brilliant. The horse ebooks article in particular, I think there's a great line in it. It's so many great lines, by the way. I got to just toot your horn for a second. Banger after banger on these posts. But the line that really spoke to me, kind of emblematic of how we talk about the internet on this show, was any sort of engagement with the internet comes freighted with discussion of simulacra and weightless unrealities and how their representation comes to supersede the importance of things we tangibly interact with. In a culture so saturated with promotional materials, street teams, automated websites, and the commercialization of practically any experience, we can have a valuable and smart dialogue about whether our interacting with ads creates a new art and discourse. We can have these heady Baudrillard conversations about a matrix whose agents are floating Papa John's ads, fake Facebook notifications, and, depending on where we are, pop-ups that say, hey, username, I'm horny and all alone and want to party in city your IP address is currently in. Talk about a distillation of just like how things have gotten stupid over the past year. And this, and you wrote this 2011. It's one of those things like I really want to impress upon our listeners. Go back and read it. There's so many posts, but some highlights. That's the one. Horse eBooks is great. There's another one. Bryan, you were talking about the 50 Ron Paul newsletters.
I remember this blowing my fucking mind, and I used it to just really humble some fedora ass motherfuckers in my life. How did you find these?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I thought there was a guy on Something Awful named Heresiarch who had posted them, and there had been an article in the New Republic years before, but it had disappeared behind a paywall. It was written by Jamie Kirchick, the neocon, who like later did a whole big thing about how the Bush doctrine was winning because look at how democracy is flourishing in Mauritania. And now he's like just a real woke scold because he doesn't have any other relevance. Like the old Marty Peretz racist New Republic hired him and liked him. And he was kind of like a cute little gay boy. And now he's like really puffy and red. And he just sort of looks like what they all kind of blowed into. And so like his Q rating is, I think, just gone because like he was wrong so many times. But like this was one thing, like clearly somebody who knew where this was had reached out to him and said like, hey, here's an Oppo dump for you. And so like actually the things that I was uploading were scans that he had made like he had found an archive and he had Xeroxed it. So like I have, other than this, no real respect for Jamie Kirchick, but he did do the work.
The one thing.
And like there are marks in some of those scans where you can see markings that he had originally made that are, his handwriting. Like it had disappeared and people had manufactured a lot of like counter arguments to discredit it over the years. And because people couldn't go back and look at the source, the sort of discredited counter arguments had kind of obtained as the narrative on what the Ron Paul phenomenon had really been. Because like I would have done that, I think, in the very end of 2011. Mm-hmm. By this point in 2009, you had the guy who went and shot up the Holocaust Museum, who was like a delegate for Ron Paul and also like a precinct organizer. And he wasn't the only neo-Nazi element who had been actually fundamental to his campaign structure, which he had then bequeathed to his son. And so like it was a big deal that like Rand had basically inherited all these like fucking out in the county Nazis all over the country as his fundraiser base. So there was like an actual kind of critical mass of like, no, you're fucking wrong. Like we got it right. when this guy Jamie published the article, and you're still wrong. And then I think within a week or two of my posting that, like there was CNN broke a story where somebody was like, oh, he was well aware of the content of the newsletters, because that was sort of the last refuge of them. It was like, well, Ron he licensed his name. He's a libertarian. Lou Rockwell wrote that shit. He never saw it before because it was all, like MLK is a communist sympathizing pimp.
I think the one phrase that always stuck with me, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase this phrase I say is relevant, but it's something along the lines of be wary of the Negro when you're in a city because they are fleet of foot, which is just, I mean, that sounds like a Cardinals fan right there.
Hey-o.
There was one thread on Something Awful that was really terrific where people just kept writing what they eventually started calling Ron fiction, where they would take a familiar, like, fictional situation like the bridge of the Enterprise and then just say, like, well, how would it function if they were under attack by Khan, but they were all in favor of non-binding, non-interventionist solutions?
Oh, God.
The fleet of foot thing came up so much. There were so many expressions in that people were then using to, like, rewrite, like, whatever your kind of like swords and orcs kind of fantasy world would be, which actually worked a lot because it was just feudalism anyway, right?
The whole Ron Paul phenomenon, because that was a point in my life where I was very much so terminally online. And I like the gold standard, all of the shit that just seemed so dumb and pointless. And people, that era of the internet was, the slightly before, some of it is slightly before Occupy Wall Street. But this is also like the proto, like, YouTube atheist kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just like a lot of anger. A lot of it was getting like sheepdogged into like this old racist gynecologist from Texas.
The Ron Paul
Revolution.
Yeah. Shit. God damn.
It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah. We still see that. Yeah.
His whole thing really took root with a lot of people I went to school with. And, my college was basically like a mill for left of center people, sort of, people who would keep one foot in the Democratic Party and the DSA, kind of just on that spectrum. And yet, like, the sheer number of guys who were like, this Ron Paul guy, he's saying some important things. And, like, I'm not going to lie, like, every single one of these people was a drug user. So, like, that's a huge part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because like Ron Paul was like, he's just going to legalize everything. And that gets a lot of people in the door. But he was also the only vector for, I think, acceptable anger. And I wonder if, like, anybody would have given a shit about this weird, like, fucking money elf and his blimp if, like, you could have made money by, like, going, hey, all right, glad to see you, everybody. So I'm going to be applying some foundation and talking to you about the 14 pillars of National Socialism, right? Like,
yeah, if only.
I wonder if, like, was it just anger that had no other outlet, so they found this guy?
The very calm version of Matthew Lesko. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to get your money back from the government by just living off of silver.
And drinking it, because that's good for you.
That way they can't see you against the city street. You're gray, streets gray. You blend right in. Urban camouflage.
Like, Ron Paul also just felt like if you were someone like me that posted in FIAD and on some, this is Something Awful forums in general way too much, there was like a natural rhythm from the quackery of like a Dan Quinn into like a Ron Paul. Because there's the shit about the gold standard and the real evolution is no different than like I be at Five Guys of Juanita and Stevia and make Stevia famous, Oprah Winfrey.
And they did the bad boy logo after me. Yeah.
They did the libertarian logo after me.
It's like this, homeboy.
I need
Dave
Rand Paul
Huckabee,
the other.
Dave Fazio. Trust and believe with hands. Mike Tubes.
Mike Tubes. That's what it was.
I'm still mad I never got one of those property of Mike Tubes like athletic shirts that someone printed very briefly on Fiat.
I had his number for a while and I had almost convinced him. So like my college buddy who we did this Metallica video together, like we were trying to look for any kind of documentary that we could do because you don't have to spend a lot of money on them and you can get them in a lot of festivals and it would help him. And
yeah,
I have weird ideas, right? So like we were trying to get Dan Quinn to sit down and like I started texting him. I talked to him for a little bit and like he was not interested. I think because like he was basically living at the Vagos clubhouse and like just a lot of crime happening around him. But like it felt like maybe we'd turned a corner and then the next thing I knew, like I can't remember what I logged into, but like he had been arrested.
Oh yeah, I think it was like threatening Dana White or something.
Yeah.
Which I get it. Look, hey,
yeah. He's still around.
Oh yeah.
He's like living in a halfway house and he's like all gray and dried up and he's just like Oprah Winfrey. You need to make Stevia famous.
Is he still going, like literally still going on the same shit?
Yes.
Always, yeah.
He's no longer on NorCal Adult Friend Finder chat. He's not hanging out with Reba.
No.
He's not at the Vagos clubhouse getting a tattoo with Shadrack.
He's just to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks tired and beat up.
Yeah, because he's trying to get clean and it's just not happening.
Because they took away his blenders.
Well, there's that. Yeah, big one.
This is how bad Sugar Crash can be. Like,
where
do you think that energy came from? That guy was just drinking sweetener all day.
It was like a goddamn hummingbird.
like getting to one of those big water feeders for a hamster and just putting all the snow cone juice in there. Just a suicide. Cherry, watermelon.
We did a live show last year, and we did it on Dan Quinn, and I had brought a bullet blender.
Yes.
And I had bought some stevia extract online, like the sketchiest kind I could find on Amazon. That be true. Like, it looks like it was printed on someone's
Star
like
West Tropicals or whatever.
Yeah, it was like printed on someone's like old Canon like 400 DPI printer.
Yes.
Like just like real
harvested in
sketchy.
India from a field full of like heavy metals.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I'm probably impotent now. But at the
you
end
couldn't
of the
go
show,
into a building that Magneto was in now.
No.
My cadmium levels are just they're really strong.
Off the
My
charts.
doctor was impressed last time I did my annual. They said that I had the soul of a painter.
My body took an MRI of the machine.
Yeah.
Every single time that I walk through a metal detector, they have to reset it.
What the hell just happened?
It's like having a pacemaker. I can't be too close to any microwaves when they're on. But at the end of the show, I blended together some soapy wire, skimmed off the foam, and I had some like very small, like 4 or 5 ounce, like
a Dixie
teacups.
Cup. Yeah, like teacups.
Teacups, like ceramic teacups, like from like you have like for like a nice set.
Mm-hmm.
I poured some out and gave it to everyone in the crowd. I gave them all the elixir of life.
Which was nice. It's very nice of you to do, frankly.
Did they explode into soup?
No. I think one guy grew his hair back.
Yeah.
Bitch, did their cat come back from the fucking dead?
That's right. Peachy. Oh, rest in peace, Peachy.
Tony LaRussa.
Yes. The Tony LaRussa article. Okay. Now, again, we're St. Louis boys born and bred. So this 2011 Et Tu Mister Destructo article.
I was real mad about this postseason. Yeah.
Good, because so were we. This was so fucking cathartic because I have been kind of pissy about Cardinals baseball for a very long time at this point. And I read this and I lost my shit. His aloof baseball traditionalist craftsman image invites the analogy, drawing twerp satellites like George Will spinning on axes of doggerel into his orbit, reflecting light back at him. The only problem with the analogy is that it's really dumb. Perfect. No notes. Look,
Thank you.
LaRussa was the bane of my existence for so fucking long. But the problem is, everyone after him has not been that much better.
No, the Cardinals are absolutely dog shit. My girlfriend gets lots of free tickets through her job, and we go and like you don't even watch the game. Like, like I hate to say it, it's like I feel like this is what it feels like to be a Cubs fan, where you just go there to get drunk. It used to be like you go there because you wanted to see like someone hit some dingers, and now it's just like okay, there's like one guy that's got like some motion and everyone else is just looking like they're tired. There's like one guy and then everyone else is looking sweaty like they're thinking about how they're going to make their car payment.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're not wrong. God, even the 2011 Jason Mott, right? But he was like always being relegated to the cleanup guy.
Yeah.
You never had Jason Mott out there first pitch. It was year after year after year of just this shame and humiliation. And so seeing someone take LaRussa to the cleaners in such a thorough way was very cathartic for me. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my Cardinals loving heart for that particular article, if not the millions of others since. But boy, dog walking LaRussa.
You're welcome. Thank you both for everything nice you said. I know I haven't like been reacting immediately like with a thank you. I realized I wasn't, and like mainly it's because I'm just sitting with like, oh no, what are they gonna say? Because like I think at this point I'm pretty good with anything about 10 years old or younger,
right?
But anything older than that, it starts to get into like the mom coming out with the photo album. To show the date, and you're like, no, not my awkward phase. And like, there's definitely some stuff that I said that was just real stupid, and like some of it retroactively, I'm like, that's kind of hateful, but like the LaRussa thing, like the refreshing thing about stuff like that was like that was still early enough where you could say it for the first time. I had been nursing like I fucking hate Tony LaRussa, since 1989, and it was like, oh, here it is. Here's my opportunity. And like, I can't really ever go back to that. No, because, it's not really relevant anymore. But like, even if he were, like, I can't really do that over. I can't like go back and be like, and here's another thing as a Giants fan.
By the way.
Well, I'm going to let you know, like, never give up on your dreams, because I think in the, last 3 or 4 months, I went on like a 2-minute screed about how much I hate Mike Keenan, which was a guy that everyone hated when he was coaching the Blues in the mid-90s.
What was the line you said? We should have dragged Mike Keenan through the streets.
When we won the Stanley Cup in 2019, I realized we were not a serious sports town because we did not publicly execute Mike Keenan in the front of the steps of the old courthouse, where Dred Scott was determined to be only 3/5 of a man, and we would we would do the same to Mike Keenan, but with a blade being powered by gravity.
I think your exact words were, we will make Mike Keenan 3/5 of a man by virtue of the falling blade. I remember that because it's stuck in my mind. I was like, God damn, son.
And there's also just like all these stories, and I think now he coaches in Canada because that's where they all like. It's like it's like the Bob's basement of like hockey management is going back to Canada. But there's all of these stories in NHL history of the teams that he's coached, and there's always like at least 2 or 3 banger stories from each one of those teams of someone that once they hit retirement and they can let the fucking old stories out, they always have a story about how much they fucking hate Mike Keenan. And like, yeah, like I wanted to go get a steak dinner the night before a game, but he had like this weird curfew shit. So I had to sneak out through the hotel kitchen and then like put up like a door knock signal with like the fucking sous chef let me back in after I came back from the steak house. And then he caught me and said I couldn't play in the game. I'm like, motherfucker, I just went to go get a steak.
Jesus.
Man, if Mike Keenan and Tony LaRussa had like a YouTube channel, I would not watch it. It would be, it would be like one of those YouTube channels like from back in the day where the top rated comment from like 8 years ago would just be someone saying like a slur. Like how there's that Taylor Swift video for the longest time, the highest voted comment was someone whose username was like James Bond, and it was just the N-word.
I got what? Okay, that's new to me. I don't know why, but I've never seen that. Okay, all right, that's You learn something new every day.
I remember that being put in some reply in like a Twitter thread, like a reply to some government person or something. And I was just like, I can't do anything with this. But that was like just that was the reply, right? Like that was like, this is a thing that could only be described by this awful thing, right? But look at it and sorry.
Yep. And last but not least, my personal hatred also aligns with something that you wrote right around the same time as the LaRussa piece. That was the Profiles in Florida, Dale Chihuly. Here in St. Louis, I don't know if you know this, but in our botanical garden, which is like a block from where we're recording, is a gigantic Dale Chihuly piece, and it sucks, and I hate him so much. And so,
and I don't know if you remember, Jeb, but I tagged you on Facebook last summer because my girlfriend and I were at the Art Museum of Milwaukee, and in this like corner of the art museum, which is a beautiful art museum, by the way, in Milwaukee. But in like this corner by like the bathrooms and like an area that no one goes through, there's a giant Dave Chihuly piece hanging from the ceiling. And I immediately just take a photo of it like, oh, I know who wants to see this. And my girlfriend's like, what? I'm like, there's a guy, a very old online acquaintance who hates Dave Chihuly just as much as I do.
Everything of his looks the same, and it's not even his. As you know, because he fucked up his eye, so he can't blow glass. So he just goes around ordering people to blow glass. My mother, of all people, travel agent, somewhat of a worldly woman, she loves going to see his shit. And I'm like, he doesn't make it. It's not him. It's his lackeys and his interns. He doesn't do the thing that you're giving him credit for, that you're putting his name on. Stop it.
It's so weird. You pay to get into this museum. It's not cheap. Yeah. And we went only because I think we had they'd launched like a local pass kind of thing for the Tampa Bay area. And it was just a way to kind of get like freebies and things. And I mean, I'm sure we got in there at like a steep discount. Almost the whole exhibit is like watching him not do the work. And like the movies that the museum made is him talking and the actual work is happening behind him. Or like he's telling somebody else and you're watching somebody else do it. And like, there's no obscuring that. Like, I don't know how that doesn't penetrate at all. And then of course, like after I wrote that, within like the next 2 years, I saw like 5 or 6 of his pieces in public.
Yeah.
Like in, a couple of airports and whatever.
Again, my mother, travel agent, worldly woman, she got all goo goo gaga about going to his studio in Washington State. And I'm like, he doesn't do the work.
Yeah.
You've been there. You've been to his studio. You understand, right? She goes, yeah, but it's such a great class. You're not getting it, Mom.
Did you get her to watch Blown Away? Whatever it is, the Netflix has like a Forged in Fire, but for glass blowing.
I've watched it.
I've watched it. Yeah, that was some dark days during the pandemic.
Yeah, but it's good
I thought it was pretty charming.
But it's good stuff. I really like the work that comes out of that. That shows you how people actually do it, and they do it well. We in St. Louis, we have a great group of people called the Third Degree Glass Factory, and they have open studios and stuff, and you get to watch them do it. Like seeing it done for real by people who actually do it kicks ass. But seeing Dale Chihuly bark at people is not great.
Did I say that he looked like Captain Lou Albano in the piece? Because like
at the very end, yes.
Yes. I keep thinking about that old fucking Flash animation. Like I think it was one of the Neil Cicero, one of like the first ones he did.
The Animutations, yes, with the Captain Lou Albano. Neil's great, by the way. I've kept up with his music as Lemon Demon. That's always a fascinating trip because I'm like, man, this is the guy that made the ebombsworld.com sucks video.
Yeah.
Because we covered E-Bombs World a while back too, and of course we had to get a clip of that song because it's just the thing I remember most about E-Bombs World is that fucking song.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the only other thing you can remember about it is the watermark.
Yeah, it's the iFunny watermark of the early the early web. Yeah,
like we eventually all found it without it. It's like, well, we don't need you anymore. I've shed you.
Exactly. Yeah,
I've molted.
Exactly.
That's what I'm always doing on the internet, molting.
Well, I mean,
that's why I just like to mention my OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. Like $10 a month, and
Yeah. Would you like to see something else evolve into a crab?
never seen one of these before. Yeah, it's just very.
They call me the Dungeness.
Ooh, oh, saucy. A little butter on that. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, thank you for coming up. We really love talking about the site and just like getting into these stories because it was so formative as far as like writing on the internet. You know what I'm talking about? Like writing on the internet. We've covered a couple of other sites. Like we talked about Online Onslaught, which I know there was that Donald Rumsfeld piece that you wrote. It's fantastic.
That was wild. I don't know if you said on the thing that like you're the only person who's mentioned that in like 20 years. So that was very cool.
I was very stunned by it. I was like, damn, this can't be the Jeb Lund. Because like I had to, and that's when I actually reached out to you because I was like, is this you? Like, is somebody else using your name in the past? No.
Somebody did that. Those columns got plagiarized so much.
Really?
It was weird. When I got plagiarized as a professional, I didn't really care about it because it had happened so much because I wasn't getting paid.
Right.
And so like all I'm doing is like, I'm here for the clicks. I need the credit that I thought of this stuff. And these guys in the kind of the lesser tier wrestling websites that would load you up with pop-ups whenever you went, sort of like 411 Mania, but with more porn ads.
Yeah.
You know, just like really scraping everything. And like these guys would just, you know, I don't know if it was the same guy or not, but they would just copy them verbatim and then put their like AOL name on there.
Jesus. That's a special kind of shame, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
just put my name on it. I don't care. Like,
But I have a slight journalism related question.
Sure.
Since you've been in the game for a minute, how do you feel about platforms like Substack and like Ghost for people that write these days?
well, I know Jeb had one for a while.
Did you?
It was an old blogger. I don't know why people don't just do WordPress. I don't think there's a network effect to Substack or Ghost really that helps anybody because everybody I think seems to have the same experience when you sign up. Unless you are really, really into somebody in a kind of parasocial way, you don't automatically go like, yeah, sign me up for all these other newsletters you recommended. Unless you're the sort of person who's just going to go and read every newsletter anyway. Right? Like we're all kind of fun. I think it's safe and I think people should try to just like find whatever is economical for you and like put a PayPal button on it if you have to. You're going to wind up being charged a percentage by somebody.
Sign up for NeoCities. Learn to code. HTML again, like it's the Wild West.
Plenty of websites that look fine are just basically WordPress plug and play. Just do that. Like make it look nice. It doesn't like Substack. That there was a really conscious choice in site design around, I don't know, I want to say like around 2010, 2011. A lot of people were pursuing what had been the standard at Gawker at that point with that like nice narrow center column and then lots of white space.
Yeah.
And Gawker didn't fill it with too many ads. Everybody else was like, that's where we can put all the bars.
Mm-hmm.
And like we settled on this one aesthetic that Substack is following, and it's not because it has any utility. It's just because it looks like when you would go to like, I'm on Vanity Fair, I'm at Grantland, I'm at Prestige Money, and like just go get a WordPress and like put fucking weird boxes on it.
I think the convenience for me when it comes to those kind of things is just that I get the writing in my inbox as opposed to having to seek it out. And I think a lot of that is where it's coming down to how it's delivered to you. As opposed to 10, 15 years ago, I don't go to individual sites anymore. I let the sites come to me. And I think that's part of it, where the appeal comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. It's instead of having like a delicious,
Mm-hmm.
like you would have, 10, 15 years ago, what I like about Substack is that there are a lot of like writers and stuff. I'm like, oh, I remember when they used to write for Village Voice or this and that. And now,
Right.
they still maybe get stuff in the Guardian, but like they'll have stuff that's a free article, stuff that's a paid article. Like, oh, this is still like really good writing. And I kind of miss that era of the internet. Do you remember the website, Jeb, the New Inquiry?
Yeah.
The New Inquiry had like 2 or 3 years where it was like, I felt like it was on fucking fire and all of this really cool writing. And now it's kind of petered out, I want to say, like over the last 10 years ever so slowly.
My theory is that like there were two different attitudes of where to go after Occupy, because there were people there who kind of made their bones by being visibly sort of Occupy. And I don't know, like I think it went from being a kind of collective effort to like some people were like, let's use it for this. And so, I don't know. That's just, I don't really know those people. That's just my speculation from the outside.
Sure.
I used to like to make jokes about how there was nothing wrong with the old inquiry, you know? But yeah, no, I'm sorry. You were saying you really enjoyed that and it was on fire. And then, but like that also really had that kind of spare white aesthetic, that kind of like, it's a Roman website. But I think that the icon in the top kind of helped too.
And it just felt like that, you know, there was a couple people, they may only write 2 or 3 pieces for the publication, but they were all pretty solid. And there was like a collection of people that seemed more consistent. It just felt like a good rotation of voices. You know, I don't know if I would normally like seek out an 800, 900 word piece about, you know, Samuel Beckett's I Can't Go On, I Must Go On. But like, okay, that was pretty good. What else you got here? Like, okay, this is a piece about immigration, you know, and reading like a very tight, coherent, well-pointed piece from a leftist perspective on immigration in like 2011 or 2012 was kind of a precious thing. And particularly with didn't feel like you were reading like some like indie media or like Adbusters bullshit.
Yeah, it was very considered, and it seemed to be, I think, aspiring to really kind of revive the New York, you know, left of center kind of salon publication culture, and it did a good job of that for a while. And you know, there could be a lot of good reasons why it sputtered. You know, the people who were, you know, I don't know much about Rachel Rosenfeld, who was the kind of head of things for a long time, but she was good at connecting people and getting people to pay attention. And sometimes you have those editors who are just like glue. You know, they remember every byline. You bring up a topic and they know who you should commission. And then finally, you know, they move up to the Times. They find like one of the 3 jobs left and they go there and you got to find somebody else. And like the next person can do the job great. They do the job really well, but they don't have that elephantine memory and kind of like spider on the web sense of vibration for everything around them. I had a couple editors like that, and they were lifesavers for everything. And they just made everything better. The people that succeeded them were not bad at their jobs. They were great at their jobs. They just weren't like supernatural.
Yeah, it's really tough. Like I remember like freelancing, and like during Ferguson, I was freelancing from the local Village Voice publication, the Riverfront Times here in St. Louis, which is now OnlyFans slop. Is just like, yeah, this is really upsetting.
They bought the creative loafing back here. Like local people were like, no, we're not, you're not getting it in the syndication. Fuck you.
Damn.
Like, we're going to hold on. I don't know how long they have money for though.
That's awesome.
But it was very cool.
I do see creative loafing. Like I do see some pieces like when I'm like researching stuff for like shows or bands I'm going to be photographing. And I'm like, fuck yeah, someone's still doing like this kind of writing. Denver has like their alt weekly still going. Cincinnati still does, but St. Louis's was bought by some weird fucking chud, and now it's just like AI slop articles about like the 5 best 18-year-old foot fetish models on OnlyFans, and you're like, so it's like Style Project without any of the absurdity or gore.
Yeah,
it feels really hollow and empty. But anyways,
it's an old style TGP website. You're just
oh my
like,
god,
oh, wow. A collection of images.
Yeah,
Jesus. The top 10 Linux loving sluts on OnlyFans.
I would have clicked right on that
I
one.
would probably actually click on that article. But anyways, there was an editor, Allison Babka, who was awesome, and she was very good at wrangling the freelancers.
Yes.
And
which I was
knowing
one.
who to put on what and listening the pitches and all of that. Now I think she does like PR, which is unfortunately where every like great editor or people, it feels like a lot of individuals that have a great intuition for like journalism or like writing a vertical or managing a vertical end up doing like PR for like some guy that's like ripping off the VA.
Yeah.
It's the talent pipeline is fucked these days.
The old thing used to be like you could just take effectively your old job and make twice as much working for some sort of foundation or activist group or whatever, because they needed some sort of comms person. But like we've just watched like 300,000 people make that switch over the last 20 years. Like the jobs are gone. I was applying for those for like a year and a half and got no callbacks because I didn't work on Hillary for America. It was like, you were not getting a job as a writer unless you were coming in with like, well, I wanted to go to Deerfield, but I got into Andover. And then,
Woo!
and it's frustrating because you would talk to these people because like I would still get hired freelance to like come in and touch up stuff. And like these people were not good writers. It's like they applied for the job with a Scantron.
Yeah.
Right. They clicked the right bubbles and so they got through. And then they were just boobs. They knew their friends. And they knew people who looked like their friends and they didn't know shit else.
Seems about right.
And the world is so much better for it.
Yes.
That's right. We're turning the corner. We're going to try the same thing again, but we're trying it a little harder.
Yeah. If we can just get Kamala to run in 2028.
Listen. I was coconut pilled for about a month, okay? I get it. I fell for it, but never again.
How'd the phrase go?
Do you think you just fell out of a coconut tree? Yeah. You exist in the context of all that came before you, which is a very...
It's just like, so it's like the thing I would like say to a girl when I was 18, thinking it sounded really cool after I just blew a fat load all over her stomach. And I'd be like, yeah, Alan Watts said that. And just walk home. Even if I drove, I just walk home.
All right.
I'm sorry, Shark Week's on. I can't watch it here because I get too excited.
I gotta go. All right, fellas. I think we've given them enough for free. This is about the end of the show. So we're gonna tell them where to find us online. Jeb, since you are our guest, tell us where people can find you on the old internet.
Probably the easiest place is Blue Sky. I'm Mobute, Mobute at Blue Sky. There's also a link tree, Mobute, that takes you to like a bunch of different archives of mine. I have a regular column at Truth Dig, and you can check out my podcast, It's Christmas Town, with Defector editor David Roth and TV's Andy Levy, Charles Starr, Bara Quint, lots of people that we like come by.
Andy Levy? That's amazing.
The TV's Andy Levy. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was at Ed Zinfrod's wedding with TV's Andy Levy.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
We love Ed here on this show. So
he had the nicest wedding I've ever been to. It was just really, every part of like being a guest at his wedding was nice enough. I would have gone to it if I hated the bride and groom. Right?
Wow.
It was just really, really nice. Yeah. My wife he was like, hey, we've got all these extra soaps. Does anyone want them?
Fantastic.
Everyone's just stuffing their pockets with soap.
Yeah.
The bespoke, artisanal soap equivalent of like shoving money in a huge burlap bag with a dollar sign painted on it. It was just like everything in the sack. And I think we had them for like 4 years.
Hell yeah.
It was awesome.
Brian, where can people find you online?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you want to find me online, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at iShotGuidibord, ISHOTGUIDBORD. You can find me over on Instagram at A Music Photographer. If you want to check out my finely curated portfolio of people with their mouths open, you can go over to assholemusicphotographer.com. I have my widely neglected Substack, amusicphotographer.substack.com. If you want to see me post some photos and also make jokes about increasing my sexual marketplace value by making it sexy to be bad at things.
Okay.
Without having a septum piercing.
Okay.
It's called oath maxing.
Oh, yeah. I'm hooting on my jug, and I'm wearing my Sepultura shirt. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I got a dirt stash.
Oh yeah.
I'm charging my cell phone outside like the fucking Farm Fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a rat tail, but it's kind of hanging to the side, so you're not sure if I'm a Padawan.
That's right. That's right.
You like doing a double take is you can't remember if I look like the convict that escaped from the county jail.
Right.
That can't be him.
Can't be him.
Hold
No.
on.
Yeah. That mustache looks way too
That's
pubescent.
Yeah, that's not right.
He is going through the cigarette butts on the ground, though. Anyways,
yeah.
he's looking for a fresh one.
Hmm.
This one's got a little life.
I'm alive with pleasure.
Brother, I have been there.
I
It's a
escaped from
big
Flavor
country.
County Jail.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, amusicphotographer.substack.com. If
Yes,
you want to go to the last and only good media website left in St. Louis, you can head over to theartsstl.com.
Mm-hmm.
Jason.
Yes, sir.
Where can they tell you to find some soap?
You can ask me where to find soap anywhere that there are a video crime, VIDEOCRIME. That's we got the Blue Sky there. I'm on the Letterboxd all the time. Pretty much anywhere there's video crime, that's me. And you can also find me as part of a podcast that's not this one, a show called Submitted for the Approval of the Midnight Pals. There I play a fictionalized version of horror icon Stephen King. Season 2 almost over. We're working on season 3. Seen some scripts. Very excited. That is midnight-pals.simplecast.com or anywhere podcasts are sold. Just search the words Midnight Pals. You can reach this show in a number of ways. My personal favorite is, of course, the telephone, 314-246-9766. That's 314-AHOY POO if you like to spell with your telephone. Shoot us a text. Leave us a voicemail, whatever it is you want to tell us about the show. If you got questions for Jeb, by all means, I will pass them along to him. You can also shoot us an email, Jason at 8 minutesdogsbarking.com. Bryan with a Y at 8 minutesdogsbarking.com. Let us know what you think of the show. You can also support the program, patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. There you will find our post-show hangout called Thanks, I Hate It. We're going to have the Mind Zone. We're going to have the shock.jpg best of. Now, Jeb, I don't know if you know this, but we used to do a thing on the show where we would have our guest watch something incredibly disgusting and then comment on it. That was called shock.jpg. We stopped doing it about 30 or 40 episodes ago, but I'm collecting all of those and putting them together in something we call the shock.jpg best of. And that will be on the Patreon. Again, patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. Well, as we always say at this time, namaste, good luck, give mommy a gut fucking, 25th Amendment now, who ate all the pussy, eat the knife. And, Jeb, you get the last word. What do you want to say, bud?
Where's my arm?
There it is. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.